The Walmart corpse aisle. I worked at Walmart as a teenager, and there was this one creepy story that happened. One of the employees, he was an older guy, worked in the electronics department. He said he was working one night, and it was just him and another coworker. We'll call him Mike. Mike was a nice guy, always seemed happy. But one day he came into work, and he was noticeably very, very upset. My coworker and I were like, "Hey, what's up? You okay?" And he was like, No, I'm not okay. I quit." And we were like, "What? Why? What happened?" And he was like, "I can't do this anymore. Every night after we close, I see a dead body in aisle 12. I don't want to be here anymore." And then he quit. So my other coworker and I, we just looked at each other and were like, "Aisle 12? What's in aisle 12? Because in this particular Walmart, the aisles, they were always fully stocked. So there was never really a reason for anybody to be in the aisles after hours. So we just kind of brushed it off as like, Mike's just being weird. Okay, whatever. We'll see." 3 weeks later, my other coworker and I, we were closing the store one night and we're like, "Okay, let's go check aisle 12 just to see if there's actually something there." So we go back there with the flashlights and we look, and sure enough, there was a body in the aisle. The body was a woman and she was dead. It was like she had been preserved in the freezer. She was completely frozen. So we immediately called the police. And when the police got there, they were like, "Oh wow, this is definitely a very strange case." And they ended up finding out that the woman, she had taken her own life. But the weirdest part about all of this is that the security cameras, they weren't working. The only security camera that was working was the one facing the electronics department where Mike worked. And when they checked the tape, it showed Mike coming into work that night, him stocking shelves in the electronics department, and then him leaving through the back door, and that was it. Like there was nothing else on the tape. The cameras were unworking, but the one camera that was working showed him doing his normal routine and then leaving. So the police, they couldn't find anything else. They couldn't find any signs of struggle. They didn't find any fingerprints. There was no forced entry. The doors were all locked from the inside, so they ultimately ruled it as a suicide. But to this day, my other coworker and I, we still wonder, how did the woman get in? How did he know where she was going to be? And why did he quit 3 weeks before she died?